The factoring way to do this will be really easy, okay? The dividing, the long division way, that was a little bit more complicated. But I want to do both because you're gonna get to polynomials where you have to do long division. So first, let's just do it the factoring way. Let's write the numerator as factors. And so hopefully you see it. This is a perfect square trinomial on the top, and you don't have to do the big X or anything like that. You see that it's x plus 5 times x plus 5 on the numerator. And on the bottom, we have an x plus 5. And so if you were to divide this, okay, you're left with x plus 5. And that's it. That's how simple that is. Okay, but we do need to start practicing long division. So here we go. You guys ready? Oh man, this is going to get gnarly. You guys got to write it out. Do you guys remember long division? Like that what's it called? It's not algorithm. Is it algorithm? Anyways, it's a series of steps, okay, that you follow. So if you were, we're going to map this thing. Okay, if you were to divide this, it's actually quite simple. All you got to do is you have to pay attention to the first term only, okay? So look at that first term, and then look at the first term right here. What do you have to multiply to that guy to get that guy? Or in other words, what is this divided by this? What do you get? Oh, yeah, you get x, and it's 1x, right? Right. So I'm going to put that above the x term, okay? I'm not going to write it over here, and it's just like trying to stay in order. You know, like when you're staying in order, things get easier to understand. So that's 1x right there. Now what you have to do is you have to multiply this x to that guy. And when you do that, you have to distribute it. Okay, so what do we get when we multiply x to that guy? X squared plus 5x. Boom. Now, do you guys remember what you're supposed to do with that term when you multiply? Like, what's next in the long division world? Yeah, you subtract. Okay, now I'm going to write subtract right here, but I have to have parentheses. Why do I have the parentheses? Because I have to subtract each term. Now, what I like to do, what I try to encourage my students to do, because we always make mistakes with negatives, is I distribute the negative. Okay, so they're both negative, and now you're just adding. Okay, so what is x squared plus negative x squared? 0. So it's like gone, because 0. And what is 10x plus negative 5x? 5x, that's 5x. Now we're going to bring down to plus 25, and now we're moving. Okay, so let's do it one more time. We got to do it one more time. What is 5x, that's the first term here, divided by x? What is 5x divided by x? Kind of like what we did before, but we went x squared divided by x, but now my first term is 5x. So what is 5x divided by x? 5. 5. So I put 5 right here, and I put the constant above the constant. A constant is a number without a variable. And now I have to take that number and multiply it to this. Okay, so what do you get when you take 5 and you multiply it times x plus 5? You get 5x, because you go 5 times x. And then you get 25, because you go 5 times 5. And then what do we have to do with these guys again? Subtract. Okay, so what are we going to do with that? We're going to distribute the negative, so we have a negative 5x and a negative 25. We add them together, we get 0 here. Yay! And then we get 0 here. Yay! Now we have our answer. Now there's also practice problems for if there were a remainder. Okay, if you had a remainder, whatever's left down here, you just go plus 0 divided by x plus 5. And that would be your final answer.